Hey, good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Hello.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Thank you, ladies, for hopping on with me. I am just double checking that the live stream is working, and that I can see it so that if anybody is watching with us, and it looks like it is. Okay, great. So happy Monday, friends. I am so excited to be on with you today because, first of all, it is December 1st. Did anybody else blink and the year ended?
Gone.
Or like,
Gone.
So
what
fast.
just happened? Yep, me too. Not not overwhelmed by that at all. Definitely excited to be in the last month of the year. But I'm even more excited because we just finished one of the larger retail holidays of the year, not the largest, but one of the larger ones, which was the succession of this past weekend. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving into Black Friday, into Small Business Saturday. Today is Cyber Monday. Who has been shopping all weekend? Anybody?
I might
I've got
actually
way
get
too many
interrupted
kids to
with
miss a
deliveries.
sale.
Yes.
Yeah. That's delightful. I decided to pace myself and I went park hopping instead of shopping. Very proud of myself. I saved so much money this weekend. Now I'm ready to give for Giving Tuesday, which is great. Speaking of
Donate those
which,
savings.
I know exactly. And with all that being said, the transition that's so perfect is today is Monday, it's Cyber Monday, and we're in the middle or near the end of this conversation around the holidays and how people use it in a retail perspective. But now tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, and what I wanted to do is I want to talk about what Giving Tuesday is, why it's important, and I thought having some of our friends from the sisterhood who are thought leaders and change makers in the nonprofit world be able to tell us why it's important. I couldn't think of three better people to have on with me this morning. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. I would love to do introductions. So how about we do, I'm just going to go around my screen. I'm not sure if it's the same thing on the screen on Facebook, but on my Zoom screen, Elizabeth with Laws, I have you first. Would you like to do a little introduction? Tell us who you are. What's the organization? What's the mission? What are you up to?
Thanks, Jillian. My name is Elizabeth Vermette, and I am the Director of Development for Laws, Domestic Violence, and Sexual Assault Services. We have been in Loudoun County for 41 years, and simply stated, our mission is to provide support and resources to survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse. Um, it's interesting because I've been with Laws for 6 months, but I'm a 19-year resident of Loudoun County. And so when I came to Laws, I thought I knew what Laws was and what Laws did because being one of the oldest nonprofits in the county, I feel like people have heard the name and you think you know what Laws does. But for me, it was really eye-opening because when I thought of laws, even when I started, I really thought of a 24-hour hotline and an emergency shelter. But laws is really much, much more than that. So for me, it's exciting because it's an opportunity to introduce people to really the breadth of services that we provide and the reasons that we provide them in the county. And it's really quite startling, to be honest. So, besides the 24-hour hotline, we do have an emergency shelter. But the interesting thing about our shelter is that when people come to our shelter, we provide everything they need. We give them 3 meals a day. We give them gas if they need it for their cars. We give them gift
Mhm.
cards for ride shares. If they need
Mhm.
clothes, we support them that way. We do whatever we can to get them on their feet. Beyond
Mhm.
that, we have a team of advocates who help them every step of the way. We are the only organization like this in this Commonwealth of Virginia that has lawyers on staff.
Mhm.
We have a go team, is
Amazing.
what I call them, who, if there's a sexual assault in Loudoun County and the police call us, they'll go to a closet, grab some clean, comfy clothes, and go sit outside someone's door in case they need it. And then last but not least, we operate the Loudoun Child Advocacy Center, which is a safe place for children to go when they're victims, so they don't have to go to the police station. They only have to tell their story once. They tell it in a very supportive environment to someone who's trained to deal with children. And last year, we had 222 children and their families who came to the Loudoun
Mm.
CAC. So it's really quite remarkable in terms of the services
Right.
that we provide to the county.
Right. And it's like you both want to celebrate the fact that you've been able to care for that many people, but then your heart breaks that there have been that many cases, right? It's
Right.
really powerful work that you guys are doing over there. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Elizabeth, what you're next on my screen? Do you want to
Um,
share a little bit about your organization?
Absolutely. So, I am the founder of BetterALife. And our focus is children, taking care of children that are living in daily insecurities. We are first and foremost, we provide food. Food is the band-aid. But it takes more than food, to really show a child how they can thrive in this world and how they can succeed and break that generational pattern of poverty. And so that's the focus. The focus is breaking that pattern and letting them know that they can succeed, that money is not a a foothold of what they have to look at, right? And so last year, or actually a few years ago, we had one, for example, tell me she wouldn't go to college because her mom was too poor.
Mhm.
And I said, well, no, sit down. We're going to talk about this. And she's in college. She started August 27th this year. A few years into our program, she's now actively in college and she's going to be an EL teacher. And something she didn't think was ever possible. And so that brings us to we run a threefold program: food first. Next is our education program, which we partner with the police department because most of them live in communities where they see lights on all the time. And this helps them get to know the police officers with lights off and gain that trust and relationship with them because they see them every single Tuesday at our homework club, along with a hot dinner. Everything we do comes with food because you can't study when you're hungry and you can't focus when
Mhm.
you're dealing with something else. So we eliminate that right away.
Mhm.
And then our next is our cooking class for a life skill. A lot of the kids go home to parents that are just not present. And so when you're a child and a food pantry gives you canned chicken or canned tuna, you
Right.
don't even know how to open it, let alone what to do with it. And
Right.
and so we teach them, how do you safely open these cans? How do you safely make food at home by yourself? Because it
Mm.
eliminates them having to go outside and get involved in a community of friends that may not be real friends to them,
Right.
right? And try to take them down a path that we don't want them to be on and they don't need to be on. And so we're
Mhm.
trying to just protect them and break that cycle of poverty with them.
Wow, that's
Yes,
beautiful.
I
That's
love
such a
it.
forward thinking process too, like to go so much, you're going so much further than the hunger.
Yeah,
Like I love, that's beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
thank you.
All right, Miss Debbie, tell us about your organization. Who are you and what do you do?
So hi, I'm Debbie Alexander. I'm the CEO of Specially Adapted Resource Centers, or SPARC. And our mission is to provide adults with severe multiple disabilities enduring learning opportunities, social connections, and a rightful and meaningful place in our community. So what does that look like? We were founded by Donna Goldbranson, who lives in Loudoun County. Her daughter, Kristen, is blind, quadriplegic, and non-speaking. When Donna and her husband, who's in the Air Force, were transferred to the DC area, they were invited to go on a tour of the facilities that would be available to her daughter once she graduated from public school. In Loudoun County, Fairfax County, and Arlington County, where we operate, we have the best special education services in our public schools. We build our kids up, we make them feel like superheroes. They have so many services. But when they age
Mm.
out of high school at 22, it's called
Mhm.
falling off the cliff or graduating to the couch. There's
Mm.
no services, there's no programs for our target population. We serve
Right.
adults who can't work. So they can't go to ECHO, they can't go to Service Source, they can't go to MVLE. These are Medicaid providers who have phenomenal supported work programs. but they also have a mandated ratio of 1 caregiver to a minimum of 4 clients. So think
Mhm.
about Kristen, blind, quadriplegic, and non-speaking. What can 1 caregiver, who's usually paid a whopping $12 an hour and doesn't have the
Mhm.
certifications that our staff have, do with 4 people? Pretty much nothing. They're lined up in a hallway, they're kept clean, they're fed, but there's no engagement. It's
Mhm.
stultifying. Our community calls it human warehousing, and
Mhm.
nobody deserves to live a life like that. The Surgeon General has produced studies in the last couple of years that show that social isolation is more detrimental to your health than obesity, smoking 12 packs of cigarettes, the
Wow.
suicide rates, the depression, the emergency room visits in our
Mhm.
population are insane. However, if they come to Spark, we operate in community centers. They have a
Mhm.
community. We do yoga, we do Zumba, we do arts, we do life skills, we go on field trips, we go to the library, we go to movies, we go to restaurants. People have
Mhm.
friends. So we opened in Loudoun. We've been here in Loudoun now for a year. Kim came to us. She is 62. After she left high school, she was sent to a Medicaid-supported nursing home. She's had no engagement. This year, for the first time since leaving high school, Kim had a birthday party with friends.
Oh,
When she came to Spark, we do cooking every day, especially at our Loudon center. And she's like, I'd really like to learn how to scramble an egg. I'm not allowed to cook. Now she's cooking salmon, frying chicken. She's
Wow.
having, I mean, it sounds like a small thing, right? Learning how to cook, but it's not. Think about how much fun we had preparing Thanksgiving for our friends and family, right? Those simple acts, those simple things that we take for granted every day
Mhm.
are not available to the population that we serve.
mhm.
They're human
Wow.
beings. They have the same wants, desires, hopes, and needs that we all have, but they're not treated like equal human beings. And
Right.
so 20 years ago, we partnered with Fairfax County. We started in Fairfax, we expanded to Arlington, and we're delighted to be in Loudoun County.
Mhm.
So that's what a little bit about Spark. I could go on
I
and on.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I want to make sure all of your links are represented in the chat. So if anyone is watching with us live, which we do have a handful of people on, hello. All of the links for each organization are going to be in the chat. And then I want to ask each of you a marketing question. um, being that all the links are there, so being that it is Giving Tuesday and I am a marketer, my curiosity is what y'all doing for your marketing plans? How are you telling people about your Giving Tuesday? Elizabeth Ford, do you want to go first? Talk to us about your
Sure.
plan for tomorrow.
Well, I already pre-sent out newsletters and
Nice.
explained what we're doing and explained the why. We'll also have more, going out today. And then, of course, bright and early tomorrow, I'll go on live
Mhm.
again, just to talk about it and talk about our donation amount that we're trying to raise, which is 5,000, which will feed 800 children at December 20th on our Christmas giving day, where we have 800 children collecting toys. We also want to
Mhm.
make sure they have food bags because they're not in school. And
Wow.
so each food bag is $6.25. So 5,000
Mhm.
will take care of 800 of those. And the
Wow.
800 children we have signed up, it's extremely important. Every penny goes to a child. And
Mhm.
yeah, so that's what we're doing.
That's great. Now, is this
Yeah.
your first year participating in Giving Tuesday, or have you done this before?
Nope, we've done this before, and every year I learn, and I learn that social media is my friend. And especially going live is my
Uh-huh.
friend, because then you can really show and explain to people this is why, because a lot of people want to know, where is my money going, you know and to be able to show them that, and show them, hey, this
Mhm.
is what's in it, this is what we're doing, and really
Right.
give that visual to the dollar, I think makes a
Mhm.
huge difference. Because before I opened my nonprofit, I wanted to know, so I want to
Right.
give what I wanted to understand.
Right. Absolutely.
Hmm.
And Elizabeth, with laws, what about you? What's your strategy?
So we sent out an email blast last week. We really spent the month of November focused on Thanksgiving and thanking people for the build up for Giving Tuesday and then end of year giving. So we will then also have probably 4 email blasts that go out tomorrow, and we have about 6 different things planned for social media, some videos. We get a lot of really good feedback and interaction from video content on our social pages. So we have a couple videos, and then our CEO is making a video today, but I like the idea of her doing a live instead, Elizabeth.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It makes a huge impact to be able to see and have your followers engage.
Hmm.
Yes. I love that. Do we
Hmm.
think we can encourage Sam?
Yeah, I learned something myself today, so
I
yay.
love it. That's awesome. All right. And Miss Debbie, what about you? What's your plan for Giving Tuesday?
So we are in an interesting place. We had a full-blown plan that started with our video at our gala. That was November 15th, around fearlessness, because our participants have to be fearless every day. They face so many obstacles. But
Mm.
a week before the gala, we got some bad news. We found out that a $150,000 corporate pledge was not going to happen, and
Mm.
our operating budget was planned. 2 people were
Based on
hired
that.
based
Right.
on that. And so it was kind of a gut punch.
Hmm.
We have been madly raising, so we had to change our messaging a little bit
Hmm.
with that ask, because we're facing now, we've done some fundraising towards 150, and we've got an $80,000 gap that we have to fill before December 31st. Um, so along with that, we are focusing on the impact stories. Our
Right.
marketing really focuses on impact, and on Facebook, every day we publish impact stories from all the centers.
Right.
It's our participants' voice, what they're
Mhm.
experiencing, how they're feeling, what they're learning. For
Right.
Loudoun County, we have a young man who was rejected from 2 Medicaid providers in Loudoun County. His mother was told by one of the providers that if she wanted any hope of services for her son, she would have to move, that nobody would be able to serve him. So
Wow.
she heard about Spark, and they came, and his first day was very challenging. However, Alonzo, who works at Loudoun County, has a lot of experience. He's a special education teacher. He worked with youth with behavioral health needs, and he knows the strategies that are essential to support people like Connor.
Mhm.
So it took a little bit of time, but now Connor is one of our star students or
Mhm.
participants. He is
Mhm.
engaged, he's happy. The first, after he'd been there for about 2 weeks, mom arrived with him, and Alonzo said, "What are you doing? Go get your nails done. We don't need you here." Can you imagine going from being told you're going to have to move if there's any hope?
Right.
But the point of this story is 90% of my budget goes to staff salaries. I'm only able to serve the most difficult and complex cases because I hire staff who have their masters in therapeutic rec. They have their masters
Right.
in special ed. They've had 10 years of teaching experience, and it takes that level of competence and
Mhm.
confidence to be able to serve this population appropriately. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's such a the need for that one-to-one ratio too is very real. And I think that it's amazing that you're able to provide a community-centric experience for people who otherwise would be isolated. That's a gap in the community that you have found a solution for. It's amazing.
It's a huge gap, and it also frees parents. The divorce rate in our parent population is 98%.
Wow.
It's usually the moms who end up raising their child.
Mhm.
And they have to also sock away every penny, because what's going to happen to their adult child when they pass away, right? So they have to set up a special needs trust. And if they're not able to send their young adult to a safe day program, that limits their ability to work and save those
Mhm.
dollars. So it's a very, very complicated situation for our families,
Mhm. Right. They're so lucky to have you.
and we're so blessed to have them.
So, ladies, I want to know a little bit about when you look at your mission and the needs that you see right now, because we're talking about the gap. What are you hoping Giving Tuesday is going to help you close the gap for? I know, Elizabeth, you were very, very clear. You're raising $5,000 for 800 meals. Very clear. What about laws? Do you have a specific Giving Tuesday goal that has a gap that you're trying to fill?
We don't have a specific goal. We're trying to raise unrestricted dollars. A lot of our money, 80% of our funding comes from grants, federal or state grants, and so that funding's really restricted. But we have a lot of needs that pop up every day, right? So they could be something as simple as somebody comes in and they need a gift card for food, or they need to have a sandwich and a coffee while they wait for a protective order. It could be that somebody's getting ready to move out of our shelter and they don't have anything, right? So they
Right.
don't have pots and pans. They don't have anything for the beds. They may need help with first month's rent or security deposit or money to help them turn the utilities on, right?
Mhm.
They might need help with a co-payment for a doctor's visit or eyeglasses for the children. So we're really looking to raise unrestricted funds so we can help in those moments when people come to us and they need support.
It's amazing. I think that it's important to talk about those unrestricted funds too, because there are some people who are like, I want my dollar to go specific, right? They get very focused where they want it to go. But that need is not always that clear in the moment because you might need a Visa gift card. You might need to be able to put somebody in an Uber or, give them a meal ticket of some sort or hotel room or something like that, and to think about how someone can give back to the organization. Is there any words of wisdom or an ask that you might have around how people give? Do you have any wisdom around the giving process, I guess, for anybody want to share their.
So I can actually talk to Elizabeth's program with laws on the need for unrestricted. So I was actually former survivor. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. And my ex-husband, a lot of the spouses hold every penny from their spouse. And so when I finally went down to the magistrate, which is the scariest experience of your life, to get a restraining order, and had that done, I had $35 that he had left me available. So I had 4 kids and $35 and mortgage and no daycare. And it's like, how do you do it? Right. And thankfully, I found the resources, but a lot of people don't have the opportunity that I had. And so, with my $35, how do you even get to a magistrate with gas? How do you even get groceries in the house for the children?
Mhm.
And it is the scariest feeling in the world. And a lot of people will stay because they don't think that they can make it, with the
Right.
little bit of money that they have.
Right.
And so with Elizabeth's program, I think it's important that people understand unrestricted funds go to so many different things, including gas, including food, including a gift card to get somewhere, because I can guarantee a lot of them weren't given cars, right? Or allowed to
Right.
put their names on a car.
Hmm.
And so the unrestricted will go to so many different spots for a mother that's just trying to make it and trying to get
Hmm.
free, and who wouldn't otherwise think they could.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything that your organizations, apart from money, yes, donate your money. Is there anything else that your organizations are looking for or in need of in this season? Talk to me. Yeah, go for it.
Toys.
Toys.
We
Okay.
need toys. We have an Amazon toy list on our social, on our site. You can just bring any toys, from literally from children, from infants all the way up to 18 years old. Teenage toys are the least given. A lot of people like that. I mean, Legos are super easy to give, and those $5 toy store toys are super easy, but they're always that elementary age kind of toys. So teenage
Mhm.
toys are huge need. Yeah.
Right. That is awesome. Miss Debbie, what about you? Do you have anything that you're in need of this season?
So we love partnerships with people. We have some amazing partnerships. We love to have students come in. We have OTAs from Nova who come in and help our guys develop low-tech assistive technology. The other day, we had two musicians come in and sing and play the guitar with our guys. We have a partnership with A Place to Be to do music therapy, which is amazing. We have different groups that come in and join in on our cooking classes.
Mhm.
Teach a craft. So we love engaging with folks who have a skill that they'd like to share with our population. We're
I
not
love
so much in
that.
need of things as we are in interaction.
Right. So it's like experiences. We need volunteers who can give of their talents. I love that. That's awesome. Laws, what
Yeah,
about
so
you all?
we're always looking for volunteers. And those can be individuals or groups of people who want to volunteer, and they can be simple things like helping answer the front door or doing landscape work at our shelter or our main office. As I said, we do a lot of work with children, and we do a lot of work with single parents. And so even some of our therapy groups, like we're always looking for volunteers who can work with children so that their parent can go to therapy. Outside of that, we also, have corporate partnerships. And one of the things that I like the most about the corporate partnerships is that we will do lunch and learns. And so we have prevention people who can either come into your office in person or virtually and talk about a variety of subjects for your team, not only what laws does, but we can talk about, how to be a good partner when you're out with someone. If it's a PTA, we can talk about, ways to talk to your children about different topics. So that's really interesting. And then, of course, kind of in line with what I said before, our holiday giving program is really built around gift cards. We give out over $1,000 worth of gift cards every month. And so this is our big time of year to collect gift cards. And we focus on that because it also, as Elizabeth was saying, it also gives survivors the little bit of power back, right? Like we're not necessarily purchasing for them, we're giving them what they need to make the purchases they want and need.
Right. Is it when you say that you're taking gift cards, is it that you want people to physically purchase a gift card and donate it, or would you rather have the money and then you guys go and purchase those gift cards that are needed?
Great question. So if you if you go to our website, you can click on the top about our holiday giving program, and you can do either. So we have an Amazon wish list where you could order a gift card right off of that, and it
Perfect.
comes to us, or you could donate money, and then it will get specifically set up for gift cards.
Awesome. That sounds really good. So it sounds like everyone could use a little bit of support in some way, shape, or form. So whether you have time, talent, or money, these
Mhm.
organizations need you. And tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, so I hope you will click on their links in the chat and give their pages a read, learn a little bit more about their organizations and support them, whether it's a one-time donation, a monthly donation. Every dollar counts, and every dollar is going right back into the community. So you know that you're having an impact instantly, which is amazing. So, ladies, thank you so much for hopping on with me for
Thank you.
Marketing Monday. I
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone, please go on and support them. Please check out their links. They're in the chat. And if you have any comments, feel free to comment. We'll come back in and check them later. Ladies, thank you so much. Good luck with your campaigns this week. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll talk to everyone soon. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great day.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.